Yo, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you all are doing well. Those of you in the Discord, real quick, can you guys hear this? Right? Can you hear that music? I just have to check before. Okay, you only hear me? Okay, sweet. Thank you, guys. All right, so let's begin our prep here. It's a fresh new day. I'm going to pull up Meta. I'll be on a 10-minute chart. Of course, we'll mark our previous day low, previous day high, pre-market low, and pre-market high. Okay. Okay, previous day levels are purple, pre-market levels are green. Okay, I'm just marking out some supply and demand zones here now. I like that support going into the close. I don't need previous day or below. This is a little breaking base pivot. And there. All right, so let's say breaking base above the pre-market high. We should watch the 785, 790 calls. Reject off of the pre-market high, 775, 772.5 puts. Breaking base below the pre-market low. Let's look at the 767.5 or yeah, 767.5, 765 puts. Bounce off of the pre-market low, 775, 780 calls. Okay. Yo, what's up, Isaac? What's up, Maria? Keaton, good morning. What's up, Sean? Coolchi? Good morning, guys. House of Stacks. Good morning, and fan. Holy shit. What's up, dude? It's been a minute. Blast from the past. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Okay, let's get Meta posted. This is getting posted into the watch list. Dude, I need some water. The watch list channel. Today is August 7th. And this is Meta. Yeah, bro, life is good. Can't complain. Taking it one day at a time. Yo, what's up, Eric? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Yushin? Just grinding, bro. Dude, where is Acedale? You know, we're bringing up Blast from the Past. Where's Acedale? Where the fuck is Q? Where is Q? Someone check on him. Okay, go. I don't think that's a real pre-market low. Yo, what's up, BW? All right, so previous day low demand. We have previous day orb high right here. Pivot, pre-market low demand, pre-market high supply. 3-minute EMAs cross and retest on NQ. Struggling to close over the 10-minute 9. I'd also mark like a golden zone from that pivot high to this pivot. Dude, where's PLTR at? Bronco Raptor Port is eating, dude. 92K, bro. From 69. I could have had a stupid car. But instead, my money's working for itself. It's great. Breaking base above pre-market high. Let's look at the 185, 187.5 calls. Reject off of the pre-market high. 180, 177.5 puts. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. I had it at 27, fucking sold, bought again, 40, sold, right? Just scalping it like a dumbass. And, you know, Bronco Raptor Port, I ended up buying like end of April, beginning of May this year, and it's done fantastic. PTIR as well is a great double leverage name to capture that move. Of course, double the reward, double the risk, so just be mindful of that. Breaking base below the pre-market low. Let's look at the 180, 177.5 puts. Bounce off of the pre-market low, 182.5, 185 calls, okay? Dude, his mom is Pelosi. That's the only explanation. Alright, let's get NVIDIA posted. Yo, what's up, Born Again? What's up, Visionary? DMT, what's up? Guys, it's a fresh day, right? Looking back in my review, I think, like, I was more so upset with my discipline, you know? I mean, it was the first red day in a few weeks. And then even before that red day, it was June 11th, right? I went back and checked. So, like, I'm doing very well. I have to account for a red day from time to time. My executions, though, like, I put too much weight on the CBC, and like I tell all of you guys, you know, you can't just solely trade off of candle by candle method. You have to have, like, other, you know, confirmations to, you know, keep your checks and balances. And I know the CBC dip is CBC with EMAs. If the EMAs don't align, you know, it's probably better to trade alongside those lower time frame EMAs just because they're showing an urgency, right? Very nice, Dawes. Yo, what's up, Ali? Born Again, what's up? The 5-minute EMAs are great. Like, that's not a big deal, but like look at this, for example. Like, you wouldn't have been able to pick up, you know, an entry here, of course, right? Because there's no 10-minute EMA interaction. Go to your 2-minute chart, right? 2-minute EMAs were perfect. Look at that 2-minute 20, right? So, but if I go to the 10 again, right? Let's highlight another pullback. That's why I like 10 and 2, right? But look at this pullback. Okay, right there. That's a 10-minute 20, but I know that breaches the 5-minute EMAs, which is likely to stop out a lot of traders, you see? And it's the fact that a lot of traders see the 9 and 20 EMA and they buy as soon as price touches the 9. So I know a lot of traders went long, you know, or took calls like here, 318.39, and then at the very low that sells off $2.27, so like 2.25 delta. You know, a lot of traders are going to stop out on that. But again, where retail traders stop out, that's the best time to buy, right? So 5-minute EMAs are great. Everyone uses the 5-minute. And I have found a lot of success buying their stops because we monitor the 10-minute EMAs. Don't forget, right? These are like Russian nesting dolls. If I go to the 5-minute chart on Tesla again, right? Look at the 5-minute 20, right? I'll just mark an arrow here. 5-minute 20 is the 10-minute 9. right? So we're gonna go to the 10-minute now, and look at that arrow, right? That white arrow, which was the 5-minute 20, the retail trader stop loss, is now a 10-minute EMA interaction, which is where we like to scoop it up. No, for sure. I'm just, not directly speaking to you, right? But just giving. Did I lose mine? Did I do Tesla yet? No, I didn't. Okay, sweet. Um, but it's a good lesson for a lot of traders. There's a lot of newer members, and it's good to keep them kind of up to date as to what we're watching, why we're watching it. Okay, so there's previous day high and low, pre-market low, and the pre-market high. I also bought some TSLL. Again, another double leveraged name, Tesla leveraged. But I'll pull it up after I chart it out. But I have like cost basis is like what 1080 or something like that. I was looking at it on the daily, and it just like right now it's at 1150, so I'm already up 6%. Just trying to hold this. But on the daily, like now of course I'm not looking at the absolute high, but there's a pivot at $15, pivot at $20, pivot at $28, right? And these are just reclaiming levels that Tesla has once been at. I think that they're really trying to hold the support at 300. Now, of course, anything can and will happen, right? This is Elon we're talking about. But I think that the value on TSLL is extremely high, with the cost basis being very low. Being able to capture this move as well. Actually, no. What am I doing? Oh, wait. This is previous day orb high. I just messed up my chart though. Okay, but if that previous day orb high fails, you got some pivots here to target. I can't really draw a demand off that pre-market low. It just bounced once. Breaking base below pre-market low. Let's look at the 317.5, 315 puts. Bounce off of the pre-market low, 322.5, 325 calls, okay? Breaking base above the pre-market high. Let's look at the 325, 330 calls. Reject off of the pre-market high. 320, 315 puts. Look at the EMA cross and retest on NQ. Not bad. Okay. Let's get Tesla posted. Okay, there's Tesla. Let's move to SPY finally. Yo, what's up, ProFast? What's up, Starlight? Andrea, good morning. All right, let's get previous day low, pre-market low, or excuse me, previous day low, previous day high. Pre-market low is going to be after 4 a.m., which is right there, and the pre-market high right there. Okay, previous day orb high right there. I do have a little bit of a pivot from the buyers right at 631.57. Okay, let's say breaking base above the pre-market high. Let's watch the 640, 641 calls reject off of the pre-market high. 636, 635 puts, okay? Breaking base below the pre-market low. Let's look at the 632, 631 puts. Bounce off of the pre-market low. 638, 639 calls, okay? Ranking says, so what are the things do you look at besides EMAs and CVC? Whether or not price is above or below VWAP is one, but what else can we use? Doji method. You know, just if anything, right? Like I would be able to trade taking away the EMAs, taking away CBC, and just having VWAP and the candles on the chart, right? Like that's how I used to trade, naked trading. And I really attribute a lot of my time spent doing that to my understanding of, you know, market structure given in any market environment. I'm going to bump up to the hourly chart here. I need levels to the upside. So I really urge you guys to focus on market structure, right? Your pivot points. They're extremely important in gauging, you know, trends, reversals, etc. So like look at yesterday, like I'll go back to the hourly. But like where do we see a lower high yesterday? Do you guys see one? Right? So like you have a double bottom, higher high. So that gives you the sentiment, right? That means that, hey, I really shouldn't trade short unless there's a lower high set in. Now, of course, you can look at dips on lower time frames, but knowing that, hey, you have a double bottom matched with a higher high, prices above VWAP, EMA is bullish, of course, right? But if we were trading without them, you know, where would we pick up entries? Red candle pullbacks on 10-minute, you know, and scaling out along the way, right? Now, when it pops up here, of course, a lot of traders are thinking, oh, this is a short. It's going to come down timber, right? It's pushed up too high too quickly. It's got to come down. Where's the lower high? They give you a higher high here, drops down, pops up. Some would argue, hey, that's a lower high, but in all honesty, that's just an accumulation off of the 10-minute EMAs. CBC is bullish. No CBC flips short. Not a real lower high. Drops down, right? The pivot looks just like this. Pops up, drops down, right? Higher high. Drops down, higher low, higher high, right? All day. So, you know, don't overcomplicate it. I know that we have a lot of strategies and systems, but it really what it comes down to is understanding CBC, market structure, right? Your pivot points, price correlation with VWAP, and your 30-minute orb. Yo, take it easy, Anfan. Have a good day, brother. Good to hear from you. But I love that, right? He says he's going to go trade on his own. I mean, we're close to all-time high here. For futures, I mark the London orb. I don't really mark the London or the London high and low so much unless it correlates with the session high or low. Okay, there's a pivot here. What is this daily high here? July 31st. right here. This is technically all-time high, I believe. Yep, it is. $36 is 41. Bro, just bust the new all-time highs. It'll be super simple. But touching back on my experience yesterday, like I can't dwell on it. Like it happened. I mean, it's happened many times before, and the best thing for me to do is just resort back to the basics, focus on my system, and to not stress out. Volume price analysis. So that's the correlation between volume and price, of course. I think it works better on larger time frames, right? Especially considering the conversation that I had with Anna Cooling. It's she reads a lot of her trades off of a weekly chart. Okay, so let's type this out. SPY. Whoops, caps lock is on. SPY directional. Dude, I'm messing up here. Analysis. Longs. Aiming to defend the pre-market low 634.46 in order to push above the pre-market high 638.19. For this, they target 638.91, all-time high 639.85, and then 641.59. Shorts, aiming to defend the pre-market high 638.19 in order to push below the pre-market low 634.46. Below this, they target previous day high 633.45. That typo. 631.57. And that's $5 to the downside. And then I'll just say 630. Okay, sweet. So let's get it posted. All right, sweet. So the SPY directional analysis is now posted. All I ask is that you guys leave a like showing support for the directional analysis. I post this every single morning for free, giving traders insight as to where buyers and sellers potentially are for today's intraday market. So when I get back, let's chart out futures ES and Q, pick contracts to watch prior to the open, as well as getting through our warm up. Okay, our most important prep during pre-market. So I will see you guys in just a few. Yo, I'm back. Okay. See real quick. 3-minute EMA test on NQ again. Let's pull up ES real quick, chart it out. 10-minute chart. Do this quickly. Session low, session high, lower below, lower high. Okay, there's lower low. Previous day highs right here. There's pivot, supply. There is like a demand off of the previous day high right here. That's good enough for me. Oh, where's the 410? Yo, you guys can't hear? Can't hear? Yo, 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 mic check, mic check. Okay, there's ES 10-minute. No? 1 second. Yo, can you guys hear the music? Can you hear me now? Drizzy Drake. Alright, let me turn it off. Whoops. Okay, can you guys hear the music now? Okay, but you can hear me. Sweet. Alright, ES is posted. Let's go to NQ. Session low, session high. Let's get Lorb here. Lorb low, Lorb high. Lorb low. Long NQ, 10-minute CBC risk. No, can you guys? Is it a different mic? Can you guys? Does it sound different? No. Video broadcast. Does it sound different? Tinny. What does that mean? Let me check YouTube. Chill, bro. Okay, now YouTube stream's good too. Okay. Session low, high. Let's go to the hourly real quick just to snag some pivots. Here, here. A couple hundred points higher though. Big pivot there too. Guys, I have to say this, but it should just be common knowledge at this point, right? Like, no one should shadow trade me. Not when I'm winning, not when I'm losing, right? Please try to trade on your own accord. It will do you much more good in the long run. All right. Market is about to open. Let's warm up just a little bit here. So again, I made a few mistakes. Like the biggest area where I made mistakes was here, right in the orb. We captured this move. I took it long from like this point and rode it up, paid fat. I wish I held the SPX too though, right? Would have really changed the outcome of my day because it did go like 1,000+%, but no big deal. But I really want to highlight this area, right? Why did I struggle so much in this area? So like CBC short into the open, right? NQ is a little different. 2-minute CBC flip. Really, let me pull up NQ because that's where I was over trading. Okay, so this is need a different set. Zoom out. Okay, clear it out. So right here, this is where I struggled. Why, right? Look at the context. We all every morning. One second. What is this? Does it sound like does it might sound bad? So like right here, take a moment to gather the sentiment just derived from the EMAs and VWAP, right? Just ask yourself, what is price doing? Is it above or below VWAP? And are my 10-minute EMAs bullish or bearish, right? As of 9:30 yesterday, 10-minute EMAs bullish, price above VWAP. We also saw a lot of buying under VWAP the entire overnight session, right? And I said that, and I didn't pick up on it. So it's really weird that it's being strange like that. Okay. All right, I'd turn on auto. Does that sound a little better at all? So like looking at this going into the open, um, thinking short just due to CBC was wrong, right? Because this CBC flip was not an actual like continuation signal. This was a flop, right? A CBC flip into bearish EMAs typically is a fake out, right? So looking at that, what other confluence can I look at? A 2 minute, right? I've been trying to shift to a 3 minute on NQ, but the 2 minute is, fine as well. And you're not going to get perfect entries off of it, right? But it's these 2 minute EMAs are giving you a sentiment, right? My 9 and 20 EMA after the open were bullish and maintained bullish to the high of day break. Then what happens? It breaks high of day. I try to buy, an EMA pullback like down here. I had on the 3 minute. It looked good. But what's the difference, right? Let me go to a 3 minute because this is where I was studying. Okay, so look at the same range. This is just a 3 minute perspective now. These EMAs held, right? Pop up, pull back, EMAs bought up. Why? Because the candle by candle method on 3 minute was bullish. But when we sold off here, right, into the EMAs, which, I was like, well, shit, I was shorting here before. Surely if I long it, it'll play out for me because that's the sentiment that I need to be trading alongside. The problem is that we never got a CBC flip long off of these lower time frame EMAs, right? And then, what happens? It fails. You don't see that respect of the EMAs again until the CBC flips, EMAs cross retest, and then it was easy mode, right? This is what we typically look for, yearn for in the market. So, make sure you have your checks and balances. Mistakes are made, but they were simple, and it's something that I can easily, grasp in order to have a better trading experience today, right? I'm down just a few points here on the NQ long. Just be careful. I don't really like holding things into the open. Um, it feels very stranger just because if I look at, swing high to swing low, right? Golden zone, look at what we're rejecting, right? 614.87. So just be careful. Do not shadow trade me. All right. I guess I'll join up spaces. I'm going to flatten the NQ just for 15 points. De-risking prior to open. They could push it, but again, I'd rather be safe than sorry here. Looks like lower high, and then, they would target lower low to VWAP. It is a 10-minute 20, but I have to monitor the CBC. Should also look at the 2-minute EMAs just for a second. EMA is technically bearish for now, right? And if they pop it, they could be crossed again. So 15 seconds. CBC is gonna flip on ES. It looks like. NQ it could. It just depends if it closes under 98. But again, EMA is bullish. Price above VWAP. No flip on NQ. Could see VWAP on NQ. Good morning, guys. But I don't have a CBC flip short on NQ. They do have it on ES. I wonder if they hold the 2-minute candle by candle method though for momentum. Flip the 2-minute. It looks just like yesterday. Which means I should go long, right? I'm long NQ here for a scalp. Gotta clear out this pivot. Golden zone right here. I got a 61.8 fib at 15. We need to clear over 15 if we want a higher high break over 640. Maybe I hold for the pivot break. We do have about 20 points here. I should de-risk, I feel like, just to be safe. Don't be a hero today. All right, 20-point gain in Q, sold half. It's the open. You have to take profit quickly. Let's go. If we clear out the 20s, we see 70s, 80s, and Q. Make sure you guys have a trailing stop loss. Trailing stop loss hit, break even in Q. See, I knew I should have taken profit quickly. That's good. Be careful here. That golden zone is dangerous. Two-minute EMAs are bearish here on the ES technically. I hit NQ longs again. 10-minute CBC risk. Feels heavy. I think on ES, like that's that CVC float green candle short, but it's right on VWAP, so. CVC short candle green on Tesla. Yeah, what's up, Sniper? All right, this is high risk, but SPY 640 calls, Hero 0. There's a little pop on NQ. Beautiful. I'm going to de-risk a little bit here. 14-point gain NQ sold half. It looks exactly the same as yesterday's open. CBC short on ES, right on VWAP, and then it got bought up, and then NQ pushed. So I think if we clear these 20s, 70s, 80s next. Here's the session high test from overnight. 20 points here. Higher high NQ. There's a CBC flip on ES. I will say on ES there's a golden zone from the overnight high 426 down to that pivot low at our current low of day 401.5. We have to clear over 414 to 417. That's our golden zone. Over that, you can experience a similar price action to NQ. Beautiful. 30-point gain here, NQ. Live streams will be saved on YouTube. I'm going to start having them, you know, like a DVR or whatever. You can watch the recordings. No delay on Discord, though. Video rip. Dude, what is a Bronco Rap report at? Fire. I mean, I think that's just a typical latency delay, like 10 to 20 seconds. Trailing stop loss hit there, 15 points in profit in Q. Be careful. I like the 3-minute pullback. 2 for 2 on NQ, or next to me, 2 for 3 on NQ. Trading View says 652. Or, you know, that's the amount of time left on the candle. I think it's another buy, bro. I don't know. We'll see how they interact with the 10-minute 20. NQ long, 10-minute 20 EMA risk. I don't like the 2-minute EMAs on SPY. There's VWAP, ES. Nice work, Lightning. Watch the bill breaker, guys. If they maintain the 80s. I'm not, I don't want to be biased on this. I got stopped in Q. PBC's still bullish on NQ, but that is like a fake out breakout. Like I was saying there on SPY, like look at the 2-minute EMA. 5 points was like right over the high of day, never hit it, and then it dropped. 1 to 2 risk to reward, not bad. Mm-hmm. They could defend CBC. I'm gonna watch ES here. And Q could flip also. The double top rejection. One minute. NQ long bill breaker. Ten points. Come on, go. 15-point gain NQ, sold half. I said watch for that bill breaker. Bill breaker is it's an NQ strategy that I created trading around 100 whole dollar psych. So I bought in the 90s under the $600 whole dollar psych, right? The bill. And then I scaled out over the bill, right? Now we're up like 26 points. That Hero Zero is still cooking, guys. I don't like the CVC flip short, but it's on VWAP. Something in the water lately, bro. Dude, I came to the market hungry yesterday and, paid for it, but today's much better. Hey, you could get some $5 meal deal from McDonald's every day and still be good, brother. Again, we're still struggling with this high here. The 3-minute EMAs are bullish, but I need to see some respect off of them. I'd love to see a pivot over 54. That would be like 60 points. Yes, sir. Wolf Trading X on YouTube. I'm live right now. All entries, exits, wins and losses. Okay, a lot of people on X, none of the speakers up here, of course, but a lot of people on X don't like to show or talk about losses. If you tuned in yesterday, I walked through going through a red day, maintaining a positive mindset, and clawing back a little bit, right? But if you want to come check it out, I explain my entire thought process live every single morning, 8:30 through 12, Monday through Friday. All right, we're in the session high supply from overnight. Not a bad idea to de-risk. I definitely wouldn't chase right here. Harvey, bro, what are you talking about, man? Yesterday we were cool. Now you're talking about Discord, bro. If I showed you the amount I make from Discord, it's not even comparable to what we do daily. Not even, dude. Maybe others, yes, but do not discredit my hard work, right? I had one red day yesterday, and people coming out of the woodworks now. Oh, Maple's wash, guys. I will show you time and time again that I am the fucking best. The best will show you how to lose. Yeah, here, let me get the YouTube channel up. But like right now, you just have to You know, scale and trail along the way. There's no crazy moves happening. So there's no reason to overreact. Even if I only walk away from this trade with 15 points, it's $300 in less than 10 minutes. I mean, that's not entirely true, Harvey, right? Like, some traders, yes, will wait for structure, but I also know, you know, seven-figure day traders that scalp the open. I'm one of them, right? Like, look at that. You know, I'm up fucking, what is that? 30 points right here. $600 in less than 10 minutes. You know, that this is, guys, are we fucking goldfish? Do we just forget the greatness that we've been doing? Like, are we just fucking like little 17-cent goldfish? Have we just forgotten? I mean, come on, guys. Okay, the biggest thing is, okay, one, keep irritating me. That's fine, because I that shit drives me, bro. Yesterday, I was super mad at myself, right? Not because of the monetary loss, but due to the fact that, you know, I traded like a novice and traded against my system. But I will, time and time again, show and prove to all of you that this is the best day trading system out there, no matter what. Give me ICT, give me SMT, give me fucking turtle soup, all of it, bro. I will smash them. Like, a real trader could, like, there's so many different ways to be a profitable trader in the market. Every system, every strategy works, but not every system or strategy is going to work for you, right? Bust, baby. Bust right there. 55. Oh, here's 60 points here on NQ. Almost trying to push through. All right, guys. All right, I recommend after breaking a pivot high to scale and trail out. Listen, this is the best Drake lyric we could have had, right? You said fuck me, and I was like, cool. So now what's the problem? No problem, bro. I'm paid. I'm laid. Bust it, baby. 70s, 80s, I want it. Hero Zero trade is down $1. Yo, it's okay, John, right? Remember, should, could, would in the market is a very dangerous thought process, you know? Very, very dangerous. Because then, you know, we end up regretting, you know, second guessing. Just accept it, right? It's okay. There's some room for improvement, but you profited. Guys, 186 of you watching on YouTube. Can I get a like on the stream? Just a little like. It just takes you one tap or one little click, right? It really helps me out. I provide, you know, daily live trading streams with entries, exits, alerts, all for the free on the YouTube. So just leave a little like. It's just like right there in the chat. It's just this little heart right here. Oh, that 100. That hundo. All right, here we go into 70s, 80s. We cleared out the 20s. My hero zeros are back to break even. Thank you, sir. Dude, I mean, if you ever have a red day, dude, like those are the best learning points, learning pivots, you know, for us to really, you know, either extract the lesson or continue our pain through the revolving door. Here we go, 70-point gain here on NQ. That's a $1,500 bill. I gotta just say, manage your trade. I gotta alert to you all. You guys got paid on this one. We're hitting a supply right here. Be careful. Yo, Flexing Joe on the YouTube stream. Much love, brother. Trailing stop loss hit there, 45 points. NQ, $900 per contract. Looks like a good pullback red candle to the 3-minute EMAs. Dude, what was the high of that candle? 71. Imagine that. Fuck, bro. They're gonna push it again. Is this the second wave? I really want a 3-minute interaction, but I know it's a 2-minute right here because we hit the 3-minute 9. Red candle on 10 doesn't look bad, but SPY's stuck in a range here. Yeah, bring it down a little bit. Let's base off 20s one more time. Pre-market high, breaking base? Maybe? It's a pre-market high break and retest right here. We have to see if our lower time frame EMAs are going to support this move. On NQ, that is. ES is still stuck near the open. NQ long, 3-minute EMA risk. Guys, do not shadow trade me, okay? Yo, appreciate it, Dan boy. Thanks, brother. There is a big supply here from Flux charts. It goes all the way up to 681. I'll try to de-risk this one quickly if they give me the opportunity, just because later entry is quicker profit taking. We do have the 30 orb set as well, so, you know, you could see a sweep. There, I got another YouTube link up for the stream on pinned at the top. Yo, I appreciate it, no? Yes, really holding us down this morning. I was gonna go buy a Bronco Raptor, and I was dealing with them. They wanted like 79K for it, and I talked them down, and they were like 69. And I guess I wasted their time and mine because I was like, I'm not paying fucking 69K for a Ford, bro. So I said instead, I'm gonna just throw the money that I would have paid for the Bronco Raptor, 69K, and throw it into a port. I bought like PLTR, Nvidia, Walmart, Google, you know. Yup, and now it's up. Yeah, so now it's at 92,000 from 69,000, so 23K, and that was only like 3-4 months ago. And if I not done that, I would have had some stupid car in my driveway, you know, that would be depreciating. And it just goes to show you, don't waste your money on stupid shit, guys. Okay? Yeah, cars are dumb, dude. I drive like a 17 F-150. I put probably 60,000 miles on it. I'm no problems. I'm gonna drive this thing to 350,000 miles. I mean, like today, it's made another 1,300 bucks. Now, of course, there's gonna be pullbacks, right? Like that shit was at 69K, bro. It could have been at it could have been in my savings account, right? Buy stocks, all right. Fuck, here we go. They're pulling it down. Stopped NQ there. Nice shorts, guys. Dude, that's the 3-minute 20 though. Dude, they want me to hit it again. This is a 3-minute EMA. Struggling though. I mean, I just don't like the fact that ES is holding NQ down as well. They're talking. Or below break. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I mean, I can't force it here. That's for sure. 10-minute EMA is not bad, but you know, there's selling pressure for sure. For those that want to follow along, I'm not like posting alerts or anything. This is just set and forget. But there's the Bronco Raptor port pinned at the top. The first post, at least. See, look at the 2-minute EMAs, bro. I should have trusted that on ES. That one would have stopped, though. Fuck, bro. Look at how they just wicked it up. But, like, look at the selling pressure on ES, right? Like, my EMAs are bullish on NQ, but they're not on ES. This divergence is tough. And you're just chopping around most other places. You know, Tesla, Meta still chop. No real direction in the market. AMD, nice push, though. Dude, see that bill breaker buy would have been sick, but I don't like this pressure. They keep selling hard 640. Yeah, here's Apple. Let's take a peek at it. It's just chopping in the orb. It looks like it wants to maybe come down, fill halfway through this wick. Beautiful trade, Imp. If we close back above the orb high, then I think that longs have a chance. You know, we're coming into orb low here on NQ. Just be patient. Like, I'm tempted to trade bill breaker, but like I don't want to get sauced. 10-minute 20 keeps getting bought up though. Problem I have is that, oh yeah, you could buy 10-minute 20 with it and they drop it like 20, 30 points. No, I'm just focusing on YouTube right now, David. I think best bet is to wait for like an EMA interaction. Oh, excuse me. $183, holy shit. Bro, 200 then 250. Long term, I want 5 hundo. Yeah, I'm being patient. Like I want to go long, but it just doesn't look good. We could see a VWAP sweep. What's a 2 minute look like in Q? EMA cross retest. Technically, they don't have CBC flip short, so. And look, that was another little scalp. ES is just dragging down now. Maybe they're breaking base on 20 EMA on 10, but VWAP on NQ is 575, on ES it's 401. And they flipped the 3 minute. They did. Could have bought the red candle. Again, just being fearful. I like the 3 minute CVC flip. There's been some respect in this little bouncy range. Dude, trade path is sick. It's just, I mean, it's like a lot of people like to look at other people's results or your compare, but really to improve in the market, you have to go over and review your own data, and it's like having a personal trading coach right there every single day at your disposal. If we close over orb high, like a 10 minute candle, maybe even 5 minute would be good. 12 seconds until the 10 minute closes here on NQ. Looks like they're gonna flip it. That's a flip, technically. Not a 3 minute flip though. I mean, ES looks like it wants the 10 minute 200 previous day high there, 379, which is going to add some selling pressure to NQ, I believe. 2-minute EMA or 3-minute EMA cross retest. I took NQ short here, 10-minute CBC risk. Do not shadow. I'm looking for a lower low under 580, then 570. VWAP retest. I think ES wants its 10-minute 200. 5 points lower at 79. There we go. Micro lower low. I'm looking at 580, then 570 for or below break. I don't know. Maybe I should have de-risked right there. Now they're back to break even. Should have de-risked. That was a good 15 points. Beautiful, Imp. It's not the strongest CBC flip either, but I do see 3-minute EMAs cross and retest. Problem is I don't have a 3-minute CBC flip. They're trying to do it now. They have 15 seconds here. I want to try to hold this to target VWAP at 76 in between those two pivot breaks. It's 15 points here. There's the 3-minute flip. There's first target on NQ, 80, pivot break. There's VWAP on NQ as well. 20-point gain NQ, covered half, $400 per contract. Let's look at the or below break here next on NQ. That's 570. I would be very careful, you know, around pivot breaks and VWAP breaks. You could see some heavy covering. There's the new low break. Bingo, baby. 40 points NQ. Scale and trail. Beautiful, Rajesh. He says 80 bucks with 1 MNQ, 5 top step PA, so he made $400. Congratulations. Congratulations, brother. If 80s fail, we typically see 20s, 30s NQ. Sorry, Jordan. See, like in the signal there for NQ was this, right? Like, and you heard me talking through the price action, right? Oh, it looks long, maybe it's a sweep. But ES is dragging this down. I really can't trade or force the long. 10-minute CBC flips, right? Then what if I go to a 3-minute chart? Right, look at the 3-minute chart. What happens? EMA's cross, retest. We get an entry there right at the bill breaker. Now you're up 50 points. 50-point gain NQ. I should just take it, bro. But it could go 20s, 30s. I think London Orb High would be good. Because that's, you know, close to the bill, maybe getting excited. Max pain would be 10-minute 200, 432. Yes, sir. Nice work, B. Love you, brother. Bro, you just destroyed your bed. What the fuck? I agree. I think, and I don't want to get too excited over this, but max pain's going to be 10-minute 200, 432. Not saying that it hits that. Really, I just want a bill breaker 500. Watch for VWAP though. Trailing stop loss hidden profit there at or below. Nice solid trade. Solid green trade. Watch the or below sweep. So we broke or below on NQ. VWAP as well. Like I said, you could see some heavy covering, but if we start to close a bullish or a green 10-minute candle above 570, today's or below, it looks like a liquidity sweep, right? But this is a if this then that situational analysis. Damn, bro. See, there's that bounce. Here they go. They might smash it more. Be careful. I see a flux demand here. On the flip side, right, short targets, you're going to see London orb high, that's 513. If they close beneath that, you likely see a rebalance of the bid down to the London orb low, 471. Good cut there. They're basing off VWAP. $10-minute 200, previous day high hit on ES. Meta just broke low. That's what I'm saying. CBC is bullish, but in a bearish EMAs. Look at that rejection. CBC flop. NQ short, 3-minute CBC risk. I don't, love this setup. The CBC is bearish, and that's the only like thing I'm watching to manage risk. Because it could be like they could hold, like sweep the orb low, close above, right, and then push higher. So very risky. Do not shadow, of course. '20s, '30s would be ideal, but again, like I'm concerned with SPY hitting its 200 EMA and previous day high. That's a great area for buyers to, or sellers to turn into buyers. Can they extend? Watch the flip. They closed above the orb. There we go. There we go. Nice 2-minute EMA, 3-minute EMA rejection. We'll see if they can smash the lows here. There's a lot of lower wicks, so like I feel like they're trying to pop it here. Where'd Apple go? Look, Apple filled that half wick, but popped up EMA reject drop a little bit. Where's Meta? Right there. The 10-minute doesn't look pretty. That was a good 3-minute rejection, right on VWAP as well. But they have to crack 37. That'll be like a good de-risk. ES also holding its 2-minute EMA. This yesterday's orb high? Yeah, it is. Is there a rocket launch? No. I don't like the short so much here. It feels like liquidity sweep back into orb, but the NQ 3-minute is trying to defend this. That flux demand too is holding with strength. What the fuck? Hold up. Oh, that's some crazy base. Looks like that sweep playing out. I just got stopped out in Q. 25 points. Looks like that liquidity sweep. Oh my god, bro. Damn, they just ran my stop. Damn, bro. They fucking hit the stop. Now they're to break even. I hate stopping out where I should have entered, but... Yep. 3-minute EMAs. The 20 just rejected too. Fuck, man. That's such bad luck. It's all good, though. SPX 6330 put, high risk scalp. I don't see SPY back in that orb range, so. I'm fucking disgusted with that short, dude. Coming into yesterday's orb high here. Chased it a little bit. If they close above the orb low here, you could see that sweep, but EMA is rejecting for now on your lower time frame. Yo, flux chart is it's an indicator. Like, or they make premium indicators, and you know it highlights a supply or demand zone. So like right here, flux, whoops, flux 3-minute has been pretty good so far. I'll show you the zones that they auto populate. You can get these zones from your own pivot, session high kind of stuff too. There we go, SPY new lows here. Just a little tap into the previous day orb. Look at that 5 minute or 2 minute 20 though, bro. So good. Like that's what, $1.20, 12 points. That's your 1 hour orb ranking. Short NQ, 3 minute CBC risk. $100 per contract gain. SPX puts. I sold half. NQ fails this. I think we see bill breaker 500. But big demand right here. I keep getting in trouble down here. I need to, like, I'm afraid of like a liquidity sweep, but again, that point where I'm fearful is the best entry, like these 3 minute EMA interactions. New low day cues. Next target I have on ES is 364, session low from overnight. 15-point gain. Oh, here we go. Let's see, 20-point gain. NQ covered half, getting some of that last tag back. SPX looking good here. $200 per contract gain. Look at that EMA, bro. That was so good on SPY. Tesla flushing. There's 20s, 30s hit. I'm just mad that I took a loss on that initial short just because the CBC never flipped. I just got, scared out of my position. The technicals didn't negate the setup. Again, I failed to hit the short on SPY today. Like the EMAs were bearish. I even took the Hero Zero fighting it, and like really I need to give weight to that, especially near the open. Still good on the day though. I should probably de-risk a little more SPX down here. Later entries, quicker profit taking. Just because I'm up 200, I could easily be down 200 quickly just because of the theta. These are 13 points away from going in the money though. We broke lower low too, previous day orb. Oh, excuse me. Dude, look at that apple, right? Whenever you see a large lower wick like that, try to get an entry if you want to risk it, right? Halfway through that lower wick, look at that buy. It's only up $1, but that's still no drawdown. Yeah, I should have just de-risked more SPX there. Because like that little pop takes away the gains. Green candle, CBC red. Not a bad short area here. NQ, ES. Just for a scalp though. Green candle shorts playing out for you. If you hit it, cover some. There we go. Green candle short. I would cover some red if you shorted green. London orb highs 513. Thanks, Jordy. That's a great area to de-risk. Yeah, bill breaker 500 looming below as well. $25 points. Come on, ES. Flip CBC. There's a 2-minute EMA rejection. $64 is a session low on ES. There we go. Bingo, baby. Awesome. $200 per contract gain, SPX. I'm going to sell a quarter here. Good de-risk. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Dude, why did I think this was yesterday's orb high? Yesterday's orb high is like way down here. The fuck? Oh, my bad, guys. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yo, I'm back. Took another short on another account on NQ. 10-minute CBC risk. Don't force this, right? You know, try to get a decent entry or just risk to reward wise. Uh, APAC, you can use Trading View, David. Pair your Trading View with your Trade Evade account. There you go. Beautiful short right there. See if they'll give me 20. We're up 15 right now. I'm gonna take the 15-point gain, sold half or covered half on the new NQ short. Chill, giving out versus looking to y'all, making sure wise with hit. Man, what did I miss? Yes, sir, KC. Let's go. You got it, bro. You know, that's something that I mean, I know that we're all watching this level, but I think it's something that not a lot of people talk about, but I think would add great benefit or value to the space. But we all get wicked out from time to time. But how do you guys manage that, right? Like I got wicked out of my NQ short. I hit two more NQ shorts. They pay afterwards. But what's your thought process after getting stopped out where you should have entered? It drops back, you know, reaffirming your thesis. What do you guys do next? Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I go to. Like, yeah, I mean, just like you said, like if it the technicals or the read hasn't changed, maybe it was just a poor entry. Like you're saying, liquidity. You know, you got excited. Like me, I got stopped out on 2 trades ago on the NQ short because my entry wasn't within the EMAs. Stretched my risk, you know, to the 25 points that I like to risk. Came back down, same thesis, same entry, pretty much. And then it pays, right? It can be frustrating, but you know, I think the lesson in that is to not deviate or get analysis paralysis. Just accept that, hey, your entry wasn't that great. Do a quick little glance, read the chart again, and if it's the same read, try to get a much more precise entry. Look at that little sweep at the lows right there. That's a 30-point candle or wick. Stop loss hit break even on the new position. Looks like a little trap now. SPX trailing stop loss hit break even. That's hot potato down there with SPX. Break even stop loss hit on the NQ short from like 2 trades ago. Yeah, I love that. My break even stop hit on that most recent NQ short, I'm still holding the one prior to it, but SPX also stopped break even, solid green scalp on it. $100, $200 lock-ins. What's the 10-minute high? 57. I already did a session about entry accuracy. Go watch the 2-minute 20 video in the Google Drive ranking. 2-minute 20 is good for ES. 3-minute 20 is good for NQ. Like we're seeing that 3-minute 20 reject right now on NQ. Big pop there. I mean, that's a 50-point pop from the low of day. That's crazy. Gotta be careful here. Still watching on NQ. If we close over the orb low, 569, 570 area, that would signal to me a liquidity sweep for the longs to push it up, maybe mid orb, orb high, but that hasn't happened yet, so. Doji method, this is the area for the short, risking, the high. 2-minute or 3-minute 20 as well. But they could pop it. So this is, where I get a little nervous, but it's like this is the best risk to reward. Now, the problem is that it's sold off quite a bit, so we may be fearful for, cover pop, but got the remainder of the initial NQ short, green trade there. Little moves today. I mean, yes, that drop down was nice, but that divergence, I was struggling with trusting the CBC this morning, where ES gave that CBC short green candle pullback with the EMAs, and that I should have hit that, but all good. I kind of want to hit the NQ short again, but high risk. Yeah, for sure, David. I mean, but you could get down to 20. It would be like 25 points. I feel like I'm being a baby right now. I'm scared to enter, but this is a good point. NQ short, 3-minute 20 EMA risk, scalp. If it goes under, 32, I should de-risk because that would be like doji method, right? I pull up 10-minute right now, doji method. This is your area for short. This is your area for long off the OG doji. But again, very, very risky. Do not shadow me. I have to say that for every trade. Huh, look at that. Look at that shit. Look at that. Beautiful short off the 3-minute 20. 20-point gain NQ, covered half. You see that? Like, I was acting like a bitch about it, but that's the best time to enter. The 3-minute 20, bro. Bro, I need a 3-minute up here on the buttons. Look at that. I fucking entered right here, dude. Smashed. Look, there's 30 points almost. Beautiful, man. Yes. Yes, baby. 3-minute 20 dunked on him. 30 points. Yes, sir. Look. Oh, shit. My spidey sense is tingling. Oh, my God. Go, baby, go. You are the best, NQ. 35 points right here. This is a doji method, though. Like, this is buyer's territory. I don't want, like, the listeners in the space to get too excited. The entry was in the upper wicks on the 10-minute. But if we close under the London orb high, it's a liquidity sweep. Buyers will reset or pull their bid down to London orb low area 471, which aligns with the bill breaker. Whole team, fuck. Like, that's the thing. If you're saying 2-minute works better on NQ, look at this. Look at the comparison. Look at NQ. Go to the 2-minute, right? 2-minute would have stopped some traders out, right? Putting them under unnecessary pressure, right? That's 14 points. A lot of people have tighter stops than that. I was like, 3-minute 20. That's the area because that's the 2-minute trader stop loss, right? And look at that. We fucking broke new low. But 2-minute EMAs on NQ, look at that. 2-minute rejection, 2-minute rejection, 2-minute rejection, and another 2-minute rejection. I wish I was still holding my SPX, but that's okay. Fucking beautiful green day now. There's 50 points on NQ. You guys should scale and trail. I don't want to hold hands on this trade. For the listeners, not the speakers, of course. Thank you, sir. All right. How are we trading today, House of Stacks? 1's in the chat if you're green, 2's red, 0, no trades or break even. How are you guys doing today? No trades from Joe. I like that. Great discipline. Or he's busy. Either way. No FOMO. A better day from yesterday. Still, you know, like minor mistakes. Like I hate that I got stopped out of the short, like around here. Wherever it was, like around this area. And then it popped up, stopped me out, and then I had to re-hit it and then make, you know, the money back and some. But it's still more work than I wanted to. 10 and 3 for NQ, I believe to be the better time frame, and for ES is 10 and 2 still. 10 and 2 is still great on NQ. It's just, you know, you have to get as close to that 20 as possible, and even then you could still get stopped out. Max Payne still lingering below us though, 439. Oh yeah, even dude, I'm looking at 200. Yeah, Max Payne really is 384. Double bottom. Look at that buyer's territory here. Look at the doji method playing out. 10-minute doji method. This is buyer's territory. We did score, right? We closed into their buyer territory. Do these buyers exhaust here to push us lower to the London or below is the question. I like to risk around 25 points. You know, for me, that's $1,000. Sometimes it's a little more though. You know, when price is moving too quickly. Yo, what's up, Pina? What's up, Ninja? Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I tried to early on in futures, everyone was like 10-point stop, 8-point stop, or 15-point. But like that wasn't working for me. You know, I know that it's a bit more risk, but you know, it allows my trades to play out if I'm taking, you know, good entries. And you have to trade something that makes sense to you. You know, for me, like I'll risk $1,000 on ES again, 5-point stop on 4 minis is $1,000, and that's something that I can, you know, comfortably trade and, you know, kind of comprehend day in, day out. Yo, nice work, Axe. Have a good day, brother. But after a red day, we'd have a solid green day. If you're still holding SPX, you're up $200 per contract. The 640 calls the hero 0, likely to be a 0 trade. Not a big deal, but I don't risk crazy size on these moves most of the time. Just something that I'm comfortable losing, and if I lose it, it's not, it's no sweat off my brow. But still up on the hero 0. I kind of want to maybe, I don't know, do a 5K account, throw like, I just was thinking of this 5K account, $500 each hero 0 trade that allows 10 trades, and seeing how they play out. So we might run that challenge. If I lose it all, I lose 5K, not a big deal. If I win though, those hero 0s get crazy. Bust it, NQ. If you shorted green, cover red. Yo, it's all good, Lightning. And like, I don't know. I don't understand. He was like super supportive yesterday, today, like just talking shit. And like, I don't know what's wrong with people, bro. I'm human. I'm another retail trader just like all of you. I will lose from time to time, but I will win majority of the time. You guys saw a point of humility from me yesterday. It was a grounding experience. But I told my wife, I said, it was going to happen at some point. And I'm glad, that it wasn't really catastrophic. I lost 4 funded accounts yesterday, right? That's a cost of $408. Yes, the time and the effort and the profit in the account, but it was, in total, max risk was $408. I finally got my payout from top one. It was $2,700. So I don't really care to lose the $400 because payouts keep coming, right? Those accounts had already paid for themselves with payouts already. So, the biggest problem, just like any other day, any other trader, is ourselves. Someone else would have, an emotional breakdown or an emotional overreaction to my trading experience yesterday if they had that, if they had gone through that and been really fearful to trade today, maybe taking today off, right? Building that, it's okay to shy away from, forms of discomfort when really it's not, right? Discomfort keeps you in, I would say, a constant growing state, right? If I'm like, well, damn, I got my ass beat, and the next day I don't want to go through that again, right? Like, you're submitting to that, like, I would say a weaker mentality. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, but, You know, I know that my system provides. I know that my system extracts profit from the market. The issue yesterday was my emotions, or how I was reading my emotions at least. I mean, I lost a little more with options, but on prop firms, I only lost $408. My 50K accounts only cost me $102. You pass them, of course, you get the credit. You can use code MAPLE, that's MAPLE, at checkout, right? I'll get the link in the chat. But that's the... People are like, why trade prop, Maple? Why? Guys, because it's... Above the profit taking is my mindset, right? Meaning, well, fuck, if I have a bad day, and I've told you guys this many times before, oh, if I have a fucking bad day, well, I'm trading prop firms. I've already taken payouts on these accounts, and my max risk are my eval dues. I slept like a baby last night. Woke up this morning, a little anxious, but knowing that I have to shake it off and just trade the system. Dude, I am too. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's so many people out there. Like, let's say you go buy 10 TPT accounts, right? 10 evals. What's fucking wrong with that? You spent $1,000 to trade 10 different accounts. Now, I don't know if you're going to go through 10 accounts, right? Like evals in a month even, but you spent $1,000. What is the difference, right? Is Peter Brent going to say, hey, you should put $1,000 in a cash account and then you should go trade options? Well, he's not going to say 0 DT, so what are you going to do? 1 week out, 2 weeks out? So then you're going to trade fucking $500, options premium prices? So you're going to risk 50% of the account on one option? Right? Like, it doesn't make sense, bro, right? No, normally if, I don't reset funded. That's fucking dumb. The 25K reset is like $400. What's a 50K reset? I think it's like $600. I'll look. $650, bro. $650 for a funded account reset. That's dumb. You could buy fucking like 5 or 6 evals and then just shoot the shits again. But dude, Peter's a bitch. He's just like, he's just there to irritate. He's like a fucking, like a gnat. A gnat on a hot summer day where the market's already irritating. Guys, don't forget the sale has extended through this Sunday on Take Profit Trader. So you get 40% off, no funded fee when you pass. You also get your eval fees refunded to you once you take a payout. If you shorted green, cover red. Lower time frame EMA still guiding here, but I think we're seeing a bit of buying under the London orb high 513. Nice work, Pina Colada. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell him to open his safe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Breaking and bending spine. I know, we need a bitches list, right? I took losses on SPX calls yesterday. It was dumb because I should have risked at Hero Zero. They were super cheap, man. I had them at $1.75. I bought them like around this area. I think it was like CBC flip, like red candle pullback, whatever. But then I got stopped out at the low. It popped up. I ended up taking SPY calls. Those paid fat. But the SPX paid even like the SPY calls went 400%. The SPX calls went like 1,200, 1,500%. So that's like $1,000+ per contract. But I wasn't in the right mindset, right? If I'm trading cheap SPX, I need to have a hero zero perspective. Dude, look at CBC all day. Listen, I think your name's Eli or Ellie. You know, I would really be cautious with just straight up trading options. You know, paper trade them first. Set a target of like making $50 a day, and in the meantime, you know, if you do hit $50, try to challenge yourself to combat greed. Right? You're gonna be like, oh fuck, I made $50. I could make $200. Right? Like, no, because then you're putting yourself in a biased mindset where, hey, I'm only gonna win this trade, right? Because I won the last one, and then you lose, and then when you're in drawdown, you don't know what to do. You lose a lot of money quickly. Like I said, an options account. I mean, you know, the smaller size options account, the harder it is to make money. With prop firms, you're getting, if you buy a 50K account, which is really just a $2,000 account, it only costs you $100. Then they put you through like an eval phase, which is giving you skin in the game, right? You're not just paper trading, you're working towards a funded account. And you can, you know, monitor your experiences and progress along the way by how you're, you know, managing trades, passing evals, or if you're not. It's cheaper, dude. I'm telling you right now, take Profit Trader, code MAPLE, a 50K account is $102. If you were to load up an options account, like I'm saying, you're gonna put in $1,000, $2,000. You know, have you guys ever tried to grow a $500 options account? You got one shot, brother. One shot. Oh, you know, I'm making a list of YouTube videos. I'll put that down. I already have like 15 things. So another thing I'll do, like prop firms and how to pass evals to get funded. Okay, sweet. So I got some videos now, some ideas. Mm, yeah, that's pretty much drawdown. It's end of day, so it just depends, right? So you have end of day drawdown through the eval phase. When you get funded, you have that live trailing through the buffer, which is not fun, but you know, the only reason why people lose consistently trading the live trailing drawdown is because they're being too greedy. Yo, guys, can I get a link for that pina colada? Can you post that link, bro? I want everyone to go watch that video that Joe made. He posted it. It's a gap fill education video. It's part 1. It's 25 minutes long, but yeah, there we go. Guys, go watch this. Here, I'll alert everyone. Oh shit. Use new low here, little tap. That's 50 points again. Bill breaker. All right, here we go. 50 plus point gain here on NQ again. Bill breaker. I need to see a close under 90s here, but really right now I think we're way too close to previous day high and 10-minute 200 EMA to not hit it. That's 442 area NQ. Bus, baby, bus. Bro, here, I'll give you the link again. Look, go. You don't know where to start with prop. That's the thing, guys. This is gonna be, you know, unconventional advice. Holy fuck, we're flushing. 70 points here, baby. Let's go. Get that London or blow. London or blow, bro. 471. Then it's a quesadilla day. Yes, sir. Paper. What are we eating today? I'm asking you what we're eating today. Bro, a tempura roll with some unagi sauce. Okay, my bad. I'm talking to spaces, but listen, this is gonna be, you know, look at them, they're dumping. Okay, this is gonna be unconventional advice, right? A lot of people are like, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to. Just fucking do it, right? Just fucking do it. That's all you gotta do. Just get the ball rolling. You know, shout out to Dr. McKenzie, my high school AP teacher. Okay? He said, if you get stuck writing, like we did all sorts of essays. I was a baller essay writer, right? If you get stuck, brain block, whatever, he said just fucking put something, or he didn't say fucking, but he wish he would, or wish he could have. Just put something down and elaborate on it, right? So it's like, I don't know where to start here. I don't know where to start with trading. I don't know where to start prop firm. Just fucking do it. You know, if you don't want to buy a prop firm, go to TradingView. Go to NQ1 exclamation point or ES1 exclamation point. You might need to subscribe for data so it's real time. Paper trade off of that. Find a bit of comfort in that. Then go try to buy an eval. It's $102. Okay, I promise you. You spend $102. Not you, Eli. Just in general, we all do this. We are a capitalistic society. We all spend $100 on something dumb. Okay, all of the time. Beautiful Wex. Look at Wex. Guys, get fire X there. Okay, $2,000 on the day from Wex. It's a good day in the House of Stacks. Ugh, dude, my SPX went a $10 from 590. $50-point trailing stop loss hit. That's $1,000. I'm out. NQ. And I'm not trying to be crude or anything, like, but I'm just keeping it real, man. Being honest with you. You know, how many people out there are just stuck in life? Well, here, let me flip that sentence. Why are people stuck in life? Why are people stuck in life? Here, I'm going to put the chat up on the screen. Why are people stuck in life? It's a great question to reflect. There's no wrong answer. Everything that you know, everyone in the Discord is saying is right. Indecision, fear. They're unwilling to put in the work. No action taken. Comfort. No goals. No vision. Lack of acceptance. No hope. Complacency. Right? Like, they are too afraid or too fearful to bet on themselves. Right? They're too, and I swear to God, all of you listening right now, if you started this, right? You started trading, you're in the mix now, right? There's no turning back. I swear to God, if any of you Me? I don't know, bro. Dude, it is too hot to golf, alright? Way too hot. I will... Bro, what's a towel gonna do in the devil's armpit? Nothing. What? Is that a place? I live in Florida. What's the devil's armpit? Oh, no, I don't live in the Riviera, bro. The redneck Riviera. Let me get back. Destin? Yeah, Destin's nice. It's cool, laid back. PCB is a little bit more raunchy, but it was a good time. Pantymaw City Beach, bro? Oh, Sarasota's sick. Yeah, it's a good time. Siesta Key, Longboat. Oh, yep. Yeah, like Skyrise, just like a yeah. Yeah, oh, for sure, dude. All along the Gulf. I don't know. Are you guys still calling it the Gulf of America now, or are we past that? Okay, so sorry, I got distracted. So back to what I was saying, right? Like I need you guys to just try, That fear of failure will prevent people from even beginning or trying to do something great. Like for me, like trading started because why? I was I had dropped out of college. I had no financial support, right? Both my parents in prison as an adult, right? Not only when I was, an infant and toddler, but as I'm an adult. I had no other option. It was either, these are my two options, right? It was either work and be a W-2 fucking NPC the rest of my life, or dedicate some time and try to figure out how to trade, even investing, right? Investing, for me early on was too slow. That's how we figured out day trading. And then, I continued to elaborate on the process. And if you really like to, solve problems and you are into like self-development or self-improvement, this is the place for you. Oh, my bad. And I also was talking about this, right? You guys are too deep in the mix. If I see any of you fucking give up, I am going to be so disappointed, right? Because that is not what we do. We don't give up. We don't fucking cry or whine about our experiences. We get our get back and we get better. Bottom line. Yeah, you can swing with CBC. So like, let's look at PLTR, right? I'll go to the daily, blow it up. Bingo, bango, bongo. Right? So look at this. If I took away the time frame and the days down here, all this, what does that look like to you guys, right? It looks just like an EMA. But look at this. Drops down. No CBC flip off the daily EMAs. CBC flips on the daily here, bullish. Right? So if CBC flips on the daily bullish, you can go to 2 hour, 4 hour. 4 hours probably better. And where's the here's the highlight, right? There's the daily CBC flip. Look at the EMA cross, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, rippy. No, I'm flat right now. It looks really good. I'm looking at this thing like a 4 for 4 mil, bro. You see that? Like, so look, you see that? And then look, let's look at another CBC flip. Go back to the 4 hour. This one's not going to be as pretty, but look at that. CBC flip, EMA's cross, retest, they pop up. Then you get through a little bit of chop. This is the anticipation of earnings. You have to be aware of that. That's why you chop through. But if you had longer dated calls, you know, swing a month, 2 months out, you got paid. So, you know, daily CBC 4 hour EMAs are great for swinging. Exactly, Cooperator, right? There's another universe out there. Like, there's another version of me right now. And he's out there grinding, selling fucking cars, hating his boss. And, like, you know, the difference, though, is that he's not thinking outside of the box. If I were to go right now and just, like, let's say I'll go to the beach, right? And I go talk to, which is right across the street, and I go talk to some random person. We're like, hey, do you have any interest in the market? Do you know about day trading? Do you day trade? They would look at me like I'm a fucking alien. If you are even studying this, watching a stream, trying to figure out, you know, how to profit in the market, you are leagues ahead of the rest, right? Because that's where you begin to yearn for information, right? And it's not only information, it's information to improve your life. What I love about trading is that I've put in so much time and effort, and no one can take this away from me, right? Do you understand, like, people and no hate on people working, right? That's the backbone of our society. But I know people in my family or friends or this or that, they work 20 years plus at a company, right? They feel secure. They're like, oh, this is just what I'm going to do the rest of my life. Hold on. NQ short, 3-minute CBC risk. 1 second, guys. Bro, I'm distracted, honestly. Okay, look at that. Buy. Holy fuck. 15-point gain, covered half. New lows NQ. Okay, so right there, free $300. I can continue talking now. So where was I? I don't know where I was. I'm all over the place. My mind went to trading, that part of the brain. Oh yeah, that's right. So, like, you know, you're gonna be discouraged. You're gonna hit a point in your trading career where you're doing so great, so amazing. You think, oh, but that's right. And my bad. Let me backtrack. Thank you. I just picked up my train of thought. Shout out Gas Pump, right? And Pina Colada, as well as Wex. So dude, why did it just leave again? What the fuck, dude? My brain. No, bro, I'm not okay. My brain is scrambled right now. I'm like looking at the chart and like my brain is like so focused on this. Let's go, baby. Oh, you beautiful man. Yes, sir, Imp. What a fucking G. Oh, bingo. Okay, there it is. So, like, okay, so I know a lot of people who have worked in their life 20 plus years, right? Blah, blah, blah. They think that, hey, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. I have security, job security. I don't have to worry about it. They get fired, right? They, for no reason, just, the company is, closing out a certain sector, or, just cutting jobs to fix their overhead, or yada, yada, yada. What then? What the fuck do you do then? You got no tenure, you got experience, but you got to go start somewhere else. You have that like moment of panic. Maybe you have a severance package which can get you by. But if I started back with nothing, right? Yeah, I'd have to go try to figure out how to make some money, this or that, starting off. But I could build this all back and more, even better, because the struggle is what really creates great people in this world. Because no one can take this skill away from me, right? You even have like professional, athletes. Oh, you're aging out, 38, 35 years old. What are you going to go do? A lot of these guys go fucking broke, dude. You see them coaching camps, and then maybe they make money starting off, but then they start getting into financial issues and this or that, because like the only thing they had was their athleticism, and with age that deteriorates. With trading, no one can take this from you. You're going to have points of drawdown. You're going to be like, oh, I'm trading at such a high caliber, and then, go through a rut, right? A low point in your trading, and you're going to like, what I don't want you to do is to be so desperate that you force success. There's no such thing as forcing success, okay? Take it slow. Look at it from a patient perspective, one where you understand that the risk is high if I allow my emotions to dictate my actions. Dude, CBC was sick, right? I should have hit the 3-minute EMA interaction at like 17. I have to short it 20 points lower, but, it's all good. It still paid us. Damn, Tangy. That's pain, dude. Yo, enjoy your day, Joe. Get out, dude, hiking. I bet your weather is fire right now. I bet it's like 60 degrees and crisp. I cannot wait for that. Right now, if you try to go hiking, you die. I was driving down on the A1A the other day, and fucking there was a gopher tortoise in the road. I stopped and got out, and I went and put him in the bush, bro. The bugs were eating me. Like, not just one, like 5+ bites in just the 10 seconds I was in the bush. 80 degrees. Never mind, bro. I take it back. Exactly, Lotus, right? Risk management is how we deal with emotions. Guys, go read The Mental Game of Trading. I'm going to try to reach out to Jared again, as well as Anna, and try to get another EDU session, going. I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to talk with us again. Shit, I'm going to email him right now. Well, here, I'm going to... What do you guys want? You guys want Anna Cooling, or you want Jared Tendler? I think Jared Tendler would be a little bit more beneficial just because of the psychological aspect, but what do you guys think? We don't really use volume so much either. Anna Cooling or Jared Tendler? Tendler? Alright, that's what I was thinking too, bro. Let me email him real quick. All right, I just emailed him. I think you just like click someone who has stacks, and then you should be able to add that. How do you guys do that? Or maybe go to the settings. I don't know. All right, 25 points again. If you didn't scale earlier, this is your opportunity to. It's a new 10-minute candle. 10-minute CBC's been nuts today. Not a single flip long since the open. So I think my statement holds true still. No longs unless CBC flips. 30 points here. Bust the low. Hurt him. Yo, thanks the guy. What's the 441? That'd be over 50 points if we hit it, and then I'll get out of here. A lot of wins today, though. Very happy. Not ecstatic, but you know, there's still some mistakes made that I could improve on. $10-minute 200 previous day high 440s area. Great area to de-risk a bit more, and then that session low 384 from overnight. All right, so I gotta call it here. It's after 12. I will see you all tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll go over pre-market prep, trade the market live, and continue to dominate price action. We're back, right? One little red day is nothing for me. We're back green, and probably be a 4 for 5 green day week, but that's not a big deal. But make sure you guys have a trailing stop loss set. Just to ensure profit, right? We'll at least walk away with 300 bucks on this. I could just flatten it now, honestly, but you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time. Don't forget, use code MAPLE at checkout at takeprofittrader.com. Here's the link in the chat. You get 40% off, no funded fee when you pass, as well as when you take a payout, they refund you your eval. So you could be trading a pro account, your funded account, for $0 right after taking a payout. So until next time, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Love ya. Bye.